Walk with us about some of the most important moments that you thought is extremely important in terms of the failure of this round of summit.
I think very difficult to say. We saw both sides arriving yesterday for their dinner, a lot of nice things to say to each other. We saw Donald Trump praising Kim Jong Un, same back, although Kim Jong Un was slightly more reserved, and he did make some statements about the difficult times they've had over the last 8 months. Now, a lot of people skipped over that, but I think it was quite a pointed remark, and obviously signaled to the fact that they haven't moved on since Singapore.
Right.
Again, that was brushed over by the US delegation. Again, this morning when we saw them do pretty much the same thing. But clearly that was the sticking point in the meetings, both in the one-on-one bilateral first thing in the morning and in the more expanded meetings a little later in the afternoon.
Right.
Then suddenly at about 12:30, the Vietnamese security outside the hotel closed off the roads and they both disappeared. And that was the end of that.
A lot of people didn't get the hint coming from the words from Chairman Kim last night when he was having the dinner with President Trump. He was saying it's premature to say anything about the result. Going to you, Dr. Doanh, I mean, Vietnam as the host country, Hanoi, the city, has been working so hard in order to make it happen, but it didn't happen. Did not happen. So is that a big disappointment to you?
I think Vietnam wish that the summit could lead to a success, to an agreement, but at least they have made and they have started the talk, and I really do hope that they will continue the talk because both sides are interested to have some success from the meeting.
Well, we love the silver lining of your answer, certainly, sir, but at the same time, there's no announcement so far of the next rounds of talks, whether it is at the state leaders level or at any level between the two sides. But on the other hand, we're going to see the state visit by Chairman Kim to Vietnam starting first and until the 2nd of March. What can we expect?
I think the state visit from Chairman Kim will strengthen the friendship and cooperation between Vietnam and the DPRK, and Chairman Kim will continue the traditional friendship created by his grandfather, Kim Il-sung. Kim Il-sung has visited Hanoi, and Ho Chi Minh has also visited Pyongyang, and I think the visit of Chairman Kim will continue on this cooperation and to put it in a new context.
Now, what we know is some media reports suggesting Chairman Kim might be visiting some of the important sites of interest here in Hanoi, including the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. However, we cannot confirm that. We'll see what's going to happen later in the 2 days during his state visit. Tony, to you, you've been reporting about the DPRK and also to Vietnam quite often. Now, from now on, it's about how different parties are going to work on the Korean Peninsula nuclear issue. How will it happen, as we are seeing already today? The Deputy Foreign Minister of DPRK is visiting China, Beijing.
Well, clearly this is going to have to be a more inclusive process. Donald Trump making the point that he was going to phone the Prime Ministers of South Korea and Japan as soon as he got onto Air Force One. He's now in the air. Presumably he's having those conversations. Obviously the Chinese will want to be briefed as well, and I think that is the problem that we've seen here. We've seen these two very charismatic leaders coming together, but what could they really achieve? Could they break down the traditional problems that exist between the US and the DPRK? And ultimately they couldn't. They couldn't get over the same traditional barriers, the sanctions, the nuclear plant. So it is going to take a lot of working through, and presumably there's going to have to be a lot more discussion with those other partners on the Korean Peninsula.
This is only the dramatic start. We've got a lot of things to expect for the near future. Thank you so much for both of you for joining us during this very busy day. Dr. Dang Doanh and our very own Tony Cheng. Thank you so much.
Thank you.